At x equals 0, we've got
Now that we've seen that a deadbolt lock can be defeated, what can you do to increase the security of your door? Well, the answer is pretty straightforward. What you can do to increase the security of your door is add a lock that can only be manipulated from inside. It can only be locked and unlocked from the inside of your house. That way there's no chance that it can be defeated from the outside. Obviously, that's only going to work when you're home because you need to be inside the house to lock it. But it will give you some peace of mind that when you're sleeping at night, if somebody did bump your lock or drill your lock, they're not getting through because your secondary locking device is going to stop them. So let's take a look at one method that you could use to do that. So here's one option for the inside of your house. It's a traditional style bolt like this. Doesn't have to be right above the deadbolt. You could put it up top, down below, wherever. The important thing with this is to make sure that it's into the door with heavy duty screws, and hopefully you have a solid core door of some sort. And to once again make sure that these guys are in with 3-inch screws going into the stud. This is the piece that the bolt goes into to secure the lock. So this way, if somebody does bump your lock or they drill through your lock, they can't get through this because they can't reach it. It's on the inside. And this particular lock, although not very aesthetically pleasing, it also offers a slot over here if you wanted to put a padlock on here. Like say it's near a window or something and you want to make sure that this can't be undone. So that's one option that you could look into. So I'm sure you're seeing a reoccurring theme here with the 3-inch screws. The 3-inch screws going into the stud is a very important part of both the deadbolt, this kind of bolt, or any sort of secondary locking mechanism you're going to put on here. It's important that it be anchored to something strong like the studs. So what you don't want to use is something like a chain, because the chain is going to be going into here with a couple of small screws, and then the other piece is going to be going into the molding somewhere over here. It's not going to be anchored strong into the studs. And besides that, even if the chain was into the studs, the chain itself is weak. They're tiny links. Go do an experiment if you want and buy one of those. They're pretty cheap. You can break right through those. Those offer practically no security at all. And the other thing that you don't want to use is the thing where it's got a brass ball hanging out here and it's sort of a looped piece that goes over it that's also brass, because that also is not anchored into the studs. When it's not anchored into the studs, you're not getting maximum security out of it. So let's look at one more method that you can do this from the inside. So this device presses right up against the door. It's spring loaded and it locks into a catch. Here's what it looks like when it's open. It comes clear of the door so that you can freely open the door. Here are the 3-inch screws going into the stud to provide strength. And here's what it looks like to scale. It's not very intrusive. It's more aesthetically pleasing than the other. And it comes in nickel and brass, and you can get this at the big box stores as well.